Hey guys, I'm Amy and I'm here with Grace, and this is our
Second marathon.
second marathon, not second annual. The hope is to do more of these throughout the year, but this is our second marathon. So what you're going to see today is we have brought in the New York styling team, and we are going to take you through. How many segments do we have?
I think eight.
Eight segments.
Eight segments.
8 segments, and each one is going to be between 20 and 30 minutes, and we'll have a 15-minute break in between. So
you can grab some coffee, go to the bathroom, do some exercises, stretches if you like.
or do work if you're at the office, but we did time this where we thought that some of you guys would be working from home on a Monday, and instead you can be learning a lot of really good stuff here, but we will have all of this available on at Tibby afterwards, so no worry about that. Okay, so we are going to jump right into the first segment, and the first segment is going to be about the concept of big slim skin. Like, how do you rein in the chill?
Yeah, for sure. And we constantly hear from certain clients about how they're trying to find that perfect balance when it comes to the investments that they have and how to kind of do proportion play. What are the things that we can do in order for your items to not make you feel so overwhelmed, but really geared to you, geared to how you want your aesthetic and how you want to go through the day.
Yeah, because if you think of the three tenets of the brand and of our mindset, right? It's a certain amount of effortlessness, modernity, and kind of an ode to classics, respect to heritage, right? Chill, modern, and classic. And a lot of people assume immediately that the way to get to that chill is to wear all the proportions really big and oversized. So we know that ease doesn't mean all oversized. We're going to show you some tricks there with the big slim skin. We're also going to touch on how textures and different colors will feed into that as well.
For sure.
And Couture is going to come out first, but before Couture comes out, why don't we just look at you as well, because you've got the balance, right?
Yeah.
Going on here. So right now, if you've got everything down, you probably feel slightly overwhelmed.
I feel like we have the three components here, big slim skin already built in. The boot is skin, and all it means is the fact that it shapes my body a little bit more. You can definitely see that it grabs my leg. Then this would be more of the slim factor since it's straight. And then this is the big, it's more of the cocoon, as you guys already know. It's built with this little guy right here, and it's supposed to be more of a circular shape. And the elements are here, but in order to give it a different vibe, in order for it to kind of go to my proportions and what I tend to go to, there's like small things you can do to make it a little bit more easy. And what I mean by that is a quick of a tuck, which is like this, the cotton pinch skirt is built with a belt loop. So you can definitely wear like a certain belt here, and that's just to make a cleaner waistline. The cocoon portion is still evident right here. And then also, just as you guys know, these guys are built with slits. So you can definitely do this very easy trick, and all this is playing into the skin portion of big slim skin. And this is just if I'm hot, or I'm typing vigorously, or if I'm doing something manual, so like laborious. So it's just the ease, the chill.
Yeah, and that little half tuck, what we want to do is take some of these things that you may have heard throughout your life as like styling ideas, but it's not styling with a half tuck for the sake of having a half tuck. It is simply because when you're thinking about big slim skin, it brings your eye into one place. And so Couture, why don't you come out, because we know that like when everything is bigger in the proportions, the attempt isn't here to make one look long and lean or bring in your super curvy points, right? Like,
yeah, totally.
It's about thinking of yourself as a piece of art, as a piece of architecture, a piece of art. And no architect is ever really aiming to have a slim, lean building, or no artist is drawing. You're not ever painting something to enhance its bust line, right?
Right.
So this is about creating art on the body like an architect would, or like an artist would. And what an architect or an artist does is they want to bring your eye in to certain focal points so that it follows along the line, and so that it creates interest. So tell us, how do you feel in this right now?
I gotta be honest with you, I feel a little bit overwhelmed. I also feel a little bit like a chill sandwich, which kind of makes me like a Klondike bar. I don't know, they're really tasty, but I feel a little too chill on the bottom. a little too chill here, so I'm dressy in between. I don't feel like myself.
Yeah, and you don't look like yourself, and by that I mean you're just standing.
Yeah, I don't even know what to do with
Like-
myself. I'm like,
You're just like, oh.
yeah, I'm like,
So let's just strip this away
Okay.
first of all, because this kind of jacket you wouldn't wear with that big of a sweatshirt.
Right.
You're probably starting to feel a little bit better, but what would you do next to course correct yourself in the closet?
I'm craving skin. So I'm not opposed to a sweatshirt and skirt. I actually think that's a really great friction, especially with the featherweight. I want to either kind of do what she did. I am typing vigorously, tell my boss, or push my sleeves up would help me some, but it's still just not there yet. So I feel like these are some of my clunkier sneakers. I do like a flatline sneaker, so maybe I could change to a boot.
Yeah, let
I think-
me bring that out for you, because I
Okay.
think, can we rip off your?
Yeah. So, and I feel covered too. It's
Yeah.
like, I'm craving skin, and I think, you know, in the summer I really loved wearing bare shoes, but something that's a little bit more slim to the leg would be helpful for me.
Yeah, and I feel like you had a lot of elements that spoke to leisure, and all we're doing is just updating it a little bit, just so that it has a little bit more availability to where you can go, instead of
Yeah.
it just being very straightforward and being like, okay, you're chilled, you're walking through, you're doing what you need to do.
This is a testament to how
So
easy
this-
these are to go.
So
No,
this
that was
shine already worked with the proportions.
I
To
think I have
change
3
it up?
textures. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen the sweatshirt texture. I mean, I'm here. I crave a little bit of skin, and I don't mind this.
And
But
let's try it with the jacket on now, like maybe it's taking the shirt off and.
I'll step aside.
Okay, cool. And so one of the things is too is, remember this is teach a man to fish, feed him for a lifetime, give him a fish and he gets like one delicious meal. So what you want to do is think about things that you can really put into practice. So when Katura first came out, she was wearing the sneakers and it was for a very chill vibe. So when you're thinking about the shoes in your closet, when you buy shoes, don't just view them as like eye candy and emotional goosebumps. I mean, like you can do that sometimes, but when you really think about them as tools, you want to think, what, Matt, can you hand me that sneaker that just left? Oh, sorry. You want to think about things that are like, so this is a big shoe, and can I have the Western boot?
Yeah. That's a big boot.
And this is a big boot, right?
boot.
So boot, shoe, both are big, right? And now you're wearing a slim shoe, but a slim shoe doesn't mean that all of a sudden it had to be like a super fancy shoe. So when you're looking for a slimmer shoe, what you want to look for are things like this does have the stretch, and then it's got that heel that literally was made for walking and even running if you have to.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's your training.
I feel like the Bronson was made specifically for comfort,
It was.
as well as the slim. So it's built
Yeah,
with anything that you're gonna go through the day. This is your slim factor that's gonna elevate the gloss. It's gonna bring it to another level in depth with what you're pairing it with, texture wise.
Mhm.
But at the same time, you're not killing your face.
Exactly.
What I love about what Amy said is that when I got the sneakers, I had to have them, right? Like I said, I used to be a sneakerhead. I'm trying to get over it, but craving something just because it's cooler in isn't it? Because I find now a lot of my pieces are bigger, so I want a more streamlined, you know, flatter sneaker.
Yeah.
Like I guess it's like, yeah,
A little more simple, minimalistic, so you can
like
have
a lower
little bit more
line.
time.
Yeah, like a samba or something that's, you know, low profile. That's what I was saying. All right, so Grace is gonna help me put on the jacket.
Open.
Okay, so
Okay.
oh yeah, so I'm wearing, my skirt is an extra large, my t-shirt also, and this is a size 14. And we know we can do this handy dandy thing here. It has adjustable, so you can go wherever you want, high or low.
And it's also removable, so if
Yeah.
you don't feel like that's the mood for the day, you can also
Yeah,
put
take
it in
it
a
off.
drawer.
You can just like,
So you've got on these different textures here as well. The other checklist when you're shopping is, do I have a blazer that is giving a different texture? So it's
Yeah.
not just about a different color, but it's about texture. So if you had a soft silky blazer on with your soft silky skirt, you would be more apt to feel very flat, and you
Yeah.
would want to augment that maybe with like a fluffy sweater or something. But right now, you've got the cleanliness here, you've got the texture in the blazer, the raw edges, and then you've got the little bit of shine and ease in the skirt, and then the soft gloss in the boot.
I love the structure here also with the skirt.
So when you're thinking about how you're getting dressed, not to make you paranoid as hell here, because I'm telling you, just like you learn how to fish and it means like you take the rod and you throw that thing out and then they like bite it. It's going to become that simple in the future, so that when you're getting dressed, you're not just thinking big, slim skin. Like in your mind, you're thinking big, slim skin, you're thinking texture, you're thinking 1 ton or none. My
Yeah.
eye is going right to the white
For
t-shirt.
Yeah.
That's an example of 1 ton or none.
Also,
Yeah, like the
and-
red boot here, I feel like I'd be a little distracted if I had. The
You
red
would be
boot.
distracted.
Yeah, I
You
would
be
want to have on a
distracted.
black shirt maybe if I had the red boot, but
Yeah.
I would feel like my eye was jumping all around.
For
Agree.
sure. And also just to kind of give or like explain what big slim skin looks like here. The skin is the shoes, the slim is the shirt and the movement of the skirt, and then the big is the sky right over here. And that's just again building depth with the items that you already have, as well as like feeling like you can go from one thing to another and not, you know, feel so leisurely or too chill.
What
Yeah.
would you say for someone that feels like a pleated skirt is a full skirt?
Well, a pleated skirt is a full skirt sometimes, but this one is not. And the reason why it isn't is because the pleats are engineered to lay really flat to the body. We know that we have seen this literally on every body type. You know, I don't like talking about
Look at her.
our bodies in terms of fruit baskets,
Yeah.
but I have seen that a lot of apple shapes who have these like legs for days, but they're apple shaped. This has been the one skirt where they're like, I've literally limited my closet skirt life to mini skirts so that the eye goes right to the leg.
Yeah.
And this is one skirt that in apple shape is like, finally I've got a midi that I really feel like I can mix up the proportions.
Yeah.
I just want to show you, like Katura said,
Love
if
that.
she mixed it with the red shoe, it is nice, but it becomes like an outfit. So it depends on what you're going for, because if you're really going for like, when you do this, I see pieces of clothing. I see a jacket. I see, here I just see
And
an outfit.
What
I
would you
see
do
your
for someone
style.
that wants to wear red? Like that wants to wear that red shoe, how would you adapt?
Well, okay, yeah, you mentioned this. So hold that red shoe up.
Okay. So we're gonna imagine that this is at the bottom here.
So
That's a
let
really-
me just do this right now. But if I had this,
This is not a bib. Oh,
But-
And yeah, this is a nice quick visual.
that was a really quick dick, you guys.
thank you. Quick dick.
Quick dip.
So, anyways, but here now my eye is going to the red, and it just toned everything down.
And it's your one.
It's your one. So guys, this is about playing in your closet, things in, things out, and getting it to where you want it to be.
Cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry. All right. Okay. Claire.
Hey, Claire.
Hi everyone.
All right.
Okay.
You got a lot of skin going.
I do have a lot of skin going on. I am the embodiment of skin right now. I'm wearing the Eco Silk pleated Godet dress. And kind of when we're talking about skin on skin, doesn't mean that you're wearing micro shorts and a crop top. It might just be kind of that understated deep V, but my entire foot is out.
Yeah, and that the idea with this is really making sure that your outfit matches your personal style.
Mhm.
And I know your personal style.
Yes.
And if I saw you, I mean, first of all, like, okay, the nose ring is pulling me back into
Yeah.
the balance of who you are. But I think that if I saw you, I would think, well, she's a lovely,
Yes, lady.
a
She's a lovely lady.
And you are a lovely
Yeah.
lady, but if your style really leans into that modernity and that chill
Mhm.
and that kind of cool factor,
Yeah,
You
I
would
feel
feel
very
yourself.
one-dimensional right now. I feel like anyone could walk in and look exactly like me, which is not the goal of what
You know,
or how I want to feel.
it's your personality.
Yeah.
Just getting a little bit, putting the elements in order for that to be
Yes.
more evident.
So, yeah, how would we want to change this up?
all right, so here's one obvious thing, right?
Yes.
Like, let's dork you up a bit, because that
Love
I'm,
it.
I love that.
I'm definitely
Yes.
craving to do is just, and I love the heel. Like, guys, I'm wearing the heel. I love the heel. But right now, the dressy, pretty heel, like it's
Yeah.
not
It's a
giving
little
me the
much.
friction
Thank
that
you.
I want.
Yeah, and all we're doing is, instead of the typical, what you would normally go for, we're giving this dress a little bit more life. We're giving
Yes.
it more cost per wear. We're giving more ideas of, instead of it just hanging in your closet there, and you know the appropriate time will happen. No, wear it right now. Wear it with your
Yes,
birdies.
I already
It looks
feel
great.
a lot better.
Yeah.
Like I would walk somewhere.
So one other thing, just to make it more casual, we can always tie the sweater at the waist here.
Mhm.
And then just to really give you lots of places that you're wearing this was, and I'm gonna do just the
Yeah.
shoulders right now.
I already love the mix of texture that we brought in because
Yeah.
I was really craving that.
It was so flat
Yes.
before.
Yeah.
So we added the little bonded menswear Dennis blazer, and this is just like a mercerized wool.
Yeah.
So already you can see we have like the silk and we have this fabric here that just breaks it up so well.
And then the dorkiness of the brogue and the crock of the brogue. And so again, to reinforce, this is not about good style or bad style, because arguably you were beautiful
Yeah.
in the first look. But this is where I always caution people, you don't call your mom for approval on the outfit. I mean, unless like Grace is your mom, which I don't know
I can
what
be-
mom you have in
Yeah,
order.
what's up?
But you also have to watch for when you walk out of a
Mhm.
dressing room, because there are a lot of stores that if you walked out of that dressing room, they would be like,
It's so
Shower
shopping,
you with
yes.
compliments.
and they have
Yeah.
no idea, and even and the compliments would not be false,
Mm-mm.
because you really would look beautiful, but you would not feel like yourself. So the idea is to know so much about your personal style that you can hear that compliment and say thank you, but now I'm going to do this because this is my thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And,
Yeah.
and then you know why. And so one other thing, like, because earlier when you walked on, you were going to address the event,
Yes.
which this is a way to play this up more casual. I just want to show one more trick, like Katura said with the quick dicky earlier,
Love.
is just doing this,
This is
like,
my favorite trick that you do, Ian. I
Same.
literally adapt people wear this all the time now.
yeah, I mean, when I buy a scarf, this is why when I buy a scarf, they tend to be big blanket scarves, because I want them to sleep on an airplane, back in my couch. Because, and the reason why I want them big blanket scarves is I don't need smaller scarves. Sweaters
Yeah.
are your smaller scarves.
Impromptu scarf.
Yeah.
It's so perfect for getting into this weather too. Just
Yeah.
a quick layer, but not bulky.
I'm not gonna make you do this on set. Can you go put it on real
Yes.
quick, and then we'll get you dressed in a heel here. So I feel like that's gonna be really your vibe in a minute. What are we doing on time?
I was not here.
I was just checking with Matt on the time. We're good. Oh, we're so good. All right.
Okay.
We're cruising here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring her out next in something that is still dressy.
Yeah, still dressy. It just has a little bit more emphasis.
Yeah.
And what it means is like, I think it's a fishnet pantyhose, correct? And
Yeah.
then we have something that's a little bit more lustrous as a finish. So all you're doing is, again, going into your closet, bringing out the items that you already have and utilizing them in smart ways. So it doesn't look so, obvious or like what your mind will directly go to. It has a little bit more personality and interest.
And in the wintertime, a lot of people have a question like, how do I do skin in the wintertime? Like, maybe this isn't what they want to be showing because you're cold, right? But the thing is if you see, when you had mentioned this earlier with the boot, but just being able to see the outline of your ankle or the outline of an arm if I had on a glove, I count that as skin. It's your skin, only
It's
right
skin
now my
light.
skin is blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like-
that can be the elements that we've created, like the mercerized skin-like
Yeah.
pieces. Also, our featherweight ribbed pieces,
Yeah.
our Giselle pieces. Those are skin-like things that you can utilize and put in your everyday wear that can give you that big slim skin proportion feel.
So here, if you come out, we're gonna really take this in your veins. So here, let's
Love
put on the
this.
gold sandal. We've got on the fishnet tights here, which is giving like a whole, you're really seeing the skin, like you're not covering it up with a sock or anything. So let's get the sandal on, and then Grace, can you give her the navy blue Liam behind me? Because that's what I feel like. God, someone very chic this weekend. I'm not gonna bring up their name, but they posted this wedding picture, and it was so everyone was in there like, or here, let's do the shoulders for this. But everyone was in their late 20s, early 30s, and the number of women watching the dance floor, but standing there with like these pashminas over there. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? People,
Yeah.
like everyone, if you want to add 30 years to your life, put a pashmina on. But if you want to
There we
just
go.
stay chill, just be chill. And this is where the Liam blazer, tuxedo blazer, all of these do their work. And the trick with big slim skin a lot of times too is you don't have to put your arms through. Really just get in the headspace that this is like a shawl for you. And sometimes when you put your arms through, you feel a little more businesslike. But then immediately when you give yourself like those little T-Rex hands, which are, you're not like limited like a cape, so you're not
Yes.
total T-Rexed out. But, okay,
Yeah, it's definitely much better. The fun tight does it for me.
exactly.
Yeah.
I also feel like with the elements of big slim skin, we obviously see what skin is, but also this is the slim and this became the big. And now it looks elegant, it's really chic. You look like you're going
Yeah.
to an event, but you can also go to
Yeah.
a, you know, a theater show or a dinner, or, you know, pass by the office and then go elsewhere about your day. Like this has
Absolutely.
dimension.
Yeah, and that is all. Remember, guys, when you feel limited too, stop here, because if you were going to like a really beautiful black tie wedding, this is, you've got these cool little donkey earrings, right?
Yeah.
But maybe that's not going to the black tie wedding. Maybe the black tie wedding is getting a crystal here. But the art
Absolutely.
event
Yes.
is getting that. And so sometimes having pieces that can be worn to so many places, because in the summertime you're just wearing a black flat
Yes.
sandal and like a pair of like little raffia earrings or something. So it's sometimes, don't forget, it's about the little accessories that you were buying.
that
Don't
can take it to
depend on your
another.
accessories either. It's not
Yeah.
about like, oh, I won't buy more gold jewelry. It's like, what's my fun, quirky, artsy jewelry? What's my evening jewelry?
What's my everyday
Absolutely.
jewelry?
Exactly.
Amazing.
Yay!
Thank you. All right, I'm gonna grab your blazer. I'm gonna use her on Nina real quick. And we have Nina next.
Yay,
Okay.
Nina.
Nina, again. This is slim. And another good example of beautiful, but how do you feel in this?
The thing is with me, I can feel anything and anything I want to feel it. That's just my personality. Also because I've been in the industry for such a long time, so you put something on me and I kind of become that.
Yep,
But if I
so you become
yes,
very, like if I'm looking at you, I'm thinking you become quite conservative. You are standing in a very proper way. All of a sudden that you don't normally
here's the thing,
stand in.
it's sort of you become again.
Yeah.
Becomes what you become what you're wearing, right? That's how we show who we are.
And this is one where I think that, you know, on a Pinterest board, someone could grab this out and look at it and think, okay, I want to look like her, but it's not, when you put it on, it is all playing at such a same note with the slim shoe, the slim pant, and the slim top, that arguably you're a beautiful woman, it looks beautiful, but you feel very one-dimensional. So let's try just putting on a different shirt
The way
here.
I would put it on if I decided to put on the shirt.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Exactly. Because you want to give like a little more change in the volume.
Yeah.
And what I love about this shirt that you had on was, this is one that like, I would wear it in a heartbeat with what I'm wearing right now.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
You know, I've got this volume here. This shirt would be all slim.
With
I could tuck
jeans,
it
yeah.
in. It would be really great. I'd wear it with a Sid jean. This would be the balance there. So it's not like, oh, I need all big shirts in my closet. That's not the solution. It's having a shirt that does slim, a shirt that does big, making sure that you've got those check boxes, and then you build from there. But if you keep going big, 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 slim, slim, slim in your purchases, even though you might have a shirt that is red and one is white and one is tan, you have 3 shirts that are serving the exact same purpose. It might even be different fabrics, but it's why you feel the same every day and you're not sure why.
For sure. And you know, I think the gape is a really like wonderful fundamental when it comes to the ability to manipulate. Because
Yeah.
as you can see right here, Nina is doing this crisscross thing and the big portion is still there. And you can see it here, you can see it here. But all she did was just give herself a little bit more of a clean like waistline. And it's just a tuck of a shirt that went such a long way for him.
Mhm.
Just
Just
showing
feels like me.
personality. Exactly.
Yeah. And so I think here, like having this drop shoulder is really, really key for giving that ease. And then we've got these slits here so that you really can get this volume in the back without feeling too overwhelmed. And then there's one other trick too that is interesting in terms of texture and building dimension, because you're wearing the Rudy flat, so that's a smooth leather. And then you've got on the chino here, which is fairly smooth in texture, and the poplin, smooth in texture, right? So I'm just gonna take the featherweight merino wool sweater here, and I'm gonna use this as a belt option for you. And what I love is when you think about the sweaters in your closet, have a sweater that is lightweight enough, thin enough in its lightness. And when you get thinner in a lightness, that's called having a higher gauge. This is a high gauge sweater. A low gauge sweater is like a big, like, chunky knit, and this is a high gauge sweater. And just doing that gives you one more level of interest. And even just off to the side, you don't have to totally like Kurt Cobain yourself here, but just giving that other extra level of interest.
And it's just a smidge. It literally does it just like a light little addition, if you will.
And so when we talk about feeling appropriate in the environment that you're in, you live in a more conservative town, but it doesn't mean that you have to dress at the level that everyone else is, but also doesn't mean that you have to run around like trying to shock the hell out of them if that's not your vibe. So what you're wanting to do is just feel more like yourself, but you're appropriate in the environment that you're in.
Now I'm myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Thank you-
everything
thank you for
already
that.
now has just been
Yeah.
like completely eased out.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, guys, so we're done with the first round here. So go get some exercise, check your emails, and we will be back in 15 minutes for the second segment.